Hey guys, how's it going? Back on the KLR today. Move this guy over. There we go. And what I'm going to do today is I just received this wiring harness and fuse block from 3D Cycle Parts. And what it does, let me move this out of the way, is Kawasaki, and I was surprised when I got this because when I became a new Kawasaki owner, they, for the longest time, see if I get this thing out of there. Good Lord. They used glass fuses. I'm not going to pull it out, but you can see it right there. And I've heard that's kind of a weak link on these bikes. So what 3D Cycle Parts does is they make up a wiring harness, which is just beautiful, well worth the wait, that has the new modern fuses in it. And then it's got a waterproof cap, and it clicks on like that. So the way I'm going to route it is I'm going to run the fuse block into the airbox. That way, if I need to get to it, I don't have to remove both side panels and the seat. I can just remove 2 screws. The side panel comes off. I can get to the fuse block and check it out. This one here sits on top from the factory, and so you have to remove both side covers to get to these 2 seat bolts, and then remove, I mean, it's quite a production. And if you're loaded up, you got gear on the back of the bike, it's just a pain in the rear. So the other thing is it's everything's labeled. This one's battery positive, auxiliary power. I could have used this. I just got done pulling the tank and running a USB charging hub, so maybe next time. And then you have the connector, which will replace this. So that's kind of a neat setup. So this is just a plug and play thing. Shouldn't take too long to hook up. And I'm just going to route this along here, and then it'll go straight to the battery. So let's pull this guy and this connector. And I've actually never had one of these apart. This is like old Ford Fairlane technology. Yeah, there you go. So we're replacing that with the newer fuses, which is cool. So I'm going to plug this back in. I won't throw it away or anything, but I'm certainly not going to take it with me on the trip. There we go. So off to the floor of woe it goes. So the other thing is when I installed the battery, it had 2 posts on it. One, I just did the power for the starter. The second post, I use that for accessories. And so that's going to work out a little bit better for me on this. And then we'll undo this guy. It'll be nice not having to pull the seat should I run into a problem. And we're just going to route this guy around here. And I don't even know if I'm going to run that clamp or not. So anyway, so let's start with the biggest guy first. Let's okay, this one goes to the battery positive. Okay. So we will run that. There we go. So that guy's in. Put the screwdriver up. Sometimes you don't have enough hands. And then, if I want to do an accessory later, I can plug it in there. What's nice is they give you the correct ends, and just kind of straightening out this 100-year-old wiring. So, okay. So then we're going to plug the white wire to the white connector. Okay. Then the brown goes to the brown. And then we'll take this guy, and the latch is right there. This will come right here. We are done. And then I'm just going to wrap this around here. And now these guys will sit right in there. Now let's see if this thing fires up. Okay. Lights come on. Alright guys, so we are good. That's about how long it takes to go into the digital age. And tell you what, then I'll just push the battery back. Yeah, cool. So now I actually have real fuses. Okay, I just wanted to make sure everything's secure. Alright, so then this guy is going to go on top of there. Put our 6mm nut, our nut driver. There, doesn't have to be rocket tight. Got that one tight. So we're all done, guys, just like that. If I ever need to get to my fuse, I'm just gonna pull it out of the airbox, just like that. I'm gonna stick it back in there, and I'm actually gonna loosen that up. Give it a little more play in here. Cool. KLR is now up to the transistor radio technology. So I'm just going to put the battery mount back on, the seat, the two side panels. If I ever have any trouble again, I will just have to do the one side panels, and I'll just carry those fuses with me. I believe it was a 10 and a 20. And yeah, I'm good to go. So big thanks for 3D Cycle Parts for making that fuse box update, and it just plugs and plays in place of this, and no longer does that sit right there, which I was never too thrilled about. So I'm gonna call it good, put this thing back together, and that's all I know. Widget Guy, over and out. Make your own adventures. Bye bye.